Sandler for the defense.
There's a big difference here between being aggressive and being passionate about being a prosecutor. I was at one time the same way. But he's over the line. He's argumentative. He is in and of itself abusive, the way he's treating this witness. He's lost the decorum that's required in this courtroom.
Well, let me show you bits and pieces of both, because they're both doing controversial things. Tensions were exploding in court as this prosecutor went after this defense expert. And remember, she's the one who has trashed the victim here, saying Travis Alexander was abusive to Jodi. Okay, so essentially giving Jodi a reason to kill Travis Alexander, in essence. So the prosecutor's furious. He's speaking for a dead man. Now, it seems like he met his match. Alice LaViolette was actually talking back. Is she supposed to do that? Let's listen to this clip, and then we'll debate it on the other side.
You seem to be having trouble answering my questions.
Mr. Martinez, are you angry at me?
Does that make any difference to your evaluation, whether or not the prosecutor's angry? Do you want to spar with me? Will that affect the way you view your testimony? What you're telling me is that your memory is lacking as to what was in those journals. Yes or no?
It's not a yes or no. Do you want the truth, Mr. Martinez?
All right, John Lieberman, is this defense witness sassing the prosecutor?
Well, look, I think Mr. Martinez has now had to listen to this witness up there for 5 or 6 days, vilifying the real victim in this case, Travis Alexander. So, of course, he's going to be a little bit angry. He is speaking for Travis and for the people of Arizona. And as was said a little earlier, this is no different than Mr. Martinez has been the whole trial. And yes, I think he is frustrated with this witness. I think he is angry at this witness, and especially because 95% of her testimony is based on things that were told to her by a proven liar, Jodi Arias.
J.D. Weintraub for the defense.
I think that Juan Martinez's credibility is diminished as he gets into the minutia, like he did with the dwarfs and yelling at a witness. This is an expert witness. Expert witnesses are treated differently. You don't demean and disrespect them. And second of all of you on this panel are saying that she, the defense witness, is trashing the victim, Travis Alexander. No, she's repeating the words that Travis Alexander used to call Jodi. She is quoting from these horrible texts.
She's taking small portions in a bubble to try and prove her theory.
Now, you made a point. You said, J.D., this witness wasn't trashing Travis Alexander. I beg to differ.
She's repeating Travis's words. Right. And I'll tell you something, Jane. What he is doing is diminishing a domestic violence as a DSM analysis and diagnosis, saying that there is no such thing. Really? Do you think Nicole Simpson would agree?
Rene Sandler.
Look, Janie's absolutely right. You have text messages of the deceased. You have emails, communications of Travis Alexander. So these are his words. No one's putting words in anyone's mouth. This person is analyzing these communications and the dynamic in this relationship. It has to come out and be analyzed.
There were some words, but John Lieberman, yes, he sent some very nasty instant messages and texts to her. But she is taking at face value what Jodi Arias said about him slapping her, no proof for that. Him choking her till she went unconscious, no proof for that. She's acting like that's a fact when it's simply what Jodi has said.
Well, absolutely. It's just like Jodi on direct. She's taking pieces, and she examines small pieces that aren't being looked at in the larger context, and they won't be until Mr. Martinez continues on cross with her. Then you're going to get the full picture of why some of these things happened.
Stacey, do you think this yelling might be a sign that he's maybe panicked that the jury is buying?
No.
All right,
Not at all.
That was a simple yes or no question, and you gave me a simple no. Prosecutor Juan Martinez.
I didn't know you wanted me to go on. Yeah.
No, that's okay. No, I think it's okay. You're saying she's not panicked, and I agree with you, because I thought maybe this is a sign that he's like panicked, like, oh my gosh, I've got to stop this tsunami of...
Well, he does think it's a tsunami of stuff that's not true. So basically, he's got to get up there and cross-examine her and show the jury that she can talk about her expertise and her continuum of aggression and all that stuff. But what is it based upon? Why does she have that ability to make this general statement that Travis abused her? That's why he's up there, and he's aggressive, and he's always been. He's not going to change his style.
But isn't
Janie,
that
why
the jury to decide?
this woman is not a psychologist. She's not a psychiatrist.
Jane, you don't have to be a psychologist. She is an expert accepted by the court, and they will get a jury instruction that expert witnesses are treated differently. They will have an instruction by the judge that she has met the qualifications of an expert. And it's like when he was cross-examining her about her credentials, it was almost as if he was cross-examining a pediatrician saying, you can't diagnose strep throat. You're not a throat surgeon.
Hey,
she is
you
a
know
domestic
very well
violence
that not
expert.
every expert that takes the stand that calls themselves, what are you saying, that if you're an expert, you don't deserve to be cross-examining your credentials?
Of course you do.
Every expert that takes, people cross-examine the state's expert. When I put a DNA expert on all the time, they cross-examine it to the credentials, how many times they've done it, how do they know what they're doing, and that's exactly what he's doing. If he wants to question how she's building these conclusions, he has every right to.
Okay, we're just getting started. Our debate continues with the dwarves. That's a hint on the other side. Why did Snow White get involved in all of this? And I'm going to a gun range talking to a gun expert about the ammo. You won't believe what the lack of ammo in Travis's home